beautiful people. Welcome to the channel, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, we're doing a video today and we have a special guest. Lulu, say hi. Yes, Lulu is a special guest today because Lulu won't let me make this video that I have to make. So Papa, you're going to be quiet today, right? Mama has to make this video. Thank you. Yes. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Rosy Kech here today. If it's your first time here, welcome to the family. Please don't fail to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all your support, for always coming back, for watching my videos. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So now guys, today in this video I'm just going to talk about the case of Chidiebere Eze, the 5-year-old boy that drowned in Lagos a few days ago. And I've just really thought about the whole issue and I just felt like, okay, make a video because there are a lot of things that have to be said about this case. I know that when it comes to me, I like to talk about this kind of issues because it is our reality, it's the things that we are faced with every day. I know that as Nigerians, it's so easy for us to talk about things that happen in other countries and just talk about ours lightly sometimes. So guys, let me just give you a backstory, tell you what has happened. Now, this is a story of Chidiebere Eze, a 5-year-old who attends Redeemer's school in Lagos. You know how schools these days now have extracurricular activities where they take kids to learn maybe certain skills. Yes, in this case, the school took kids for swimming lessons. I was thinking initially that maybe it was just like maybe a one-day thing. After reading about everything that happened, it was a lesson. And when it's a lesson, it means that maybe something that they do regularly or something that they do maybe once a week and all that, just to teach children how to swim. Now, this is a 5-year-old that went to swim with other students, around 15 other students. Now, he drowned in the swimming pool at the location where they went to swim, and he wasn't found until he had died in the pool. This is a very sad story, and I'm just praying for comfort for his parents. His story is that the father said he dropped him off at school. Later on that same day, he was called that his son had an accident and he met them up at the hospital. And when he got to the hospital, he met his son's lifeless body. And he asked the school management what happened and they said they don't know. Asked the doctor what happened. Doctor said he was brought in lifeless. Now, they had to go back to the place that the whole event happened. And they said, okay, do you have CCTV? And they actually did have CCTV. Now, this goes to this whole CCTV issues in Nigeria. An establishment will have CCTV cameras mounted and there will be nobody behind the camera or behind the monitors looking at the things that are happening. So what is the point of having these cameras? And the thing is that most times, all of these people who have these cameras, some of them can actually afford easily to employ somebody who just sits behind the monitor and say, okay, this is happening. This person passed this hallway. I was looking suspicious. This person is drowning. This person. But there were cameras that saw all that happened and nobody was there in time when it was happening. Okay, so back to the story. And first they realized that for about 15 students, they just had one caregiver. How do you have one caregiver to handle 15 students who are going close to water, who are learning how to swim? These are not professional swimmers. They are learning to swim. And how do you have just one caregiver attending to about 15 students? These are the laxities. There are people who are looking for jobs. Most of these private schools are collecting so much money for school fees, are paying teachers so little, and yet you cannot even employ more people. Now, one caregiver to about 15 students. Now, the students apparently were at the sitting at the edge of the pool with their legs inside the water. Now, the authorities of the place where they used to learn how to swim said that they realized that they took the students to the adult swimming pool area. Now, I know that when something happens in Nigeria and in places, people like to shift blames. If you have swimming pools for children, you have swimming pools for adults, why are you letting school children, 5 years old children, go to adult swimming pools? Why are you not saying this is the one for children? Why are you not insisting that this is the one you guys are going to use? Now, you realize later that they were taken to the adult section. According to what the CCTV was showing, these students all sat at the edge of the pool with their legs in the water. And the victim, the one who lost his life now, had actually fallen into the water first time and he brought himself out from what his father could see. And after that happened, He fell the second time, and that's when he couldn't make it. I don't even want to imagine what he went through struggling for his life, considering that he didn't know how to swim, because I'm sure that if he knew how to swim, he wouldn't have drowned. The story is that somebody else, another pupil, actually fell into the water, but she was rescued because she was seen on time. From what the father said, the footages that they saw, the child was in the water for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes. When you go on those kind of excursions, or whatever, it's not even an excursion, it's a lesson. There should be head counts, like every 10 minutes, how many people are there? How many people did we bring here? How many are still here? You know, there are children, 5 years old, that just escaping. They just stopped being toddlers. They are just still very, very, they want to explore. They want to explore. I have this baby who is going to be 2 in a bit. See, if he's quiet, he's trying to sleep. He's trying to sleep, but that's good. If he's quiet, I am, like, Lou, I'm not saying that as a parent you can never be so careful that your child will not hurt themselves. We're not talking about small things that can hurt a child. We're talking about a child drowning, being in the pool for 30 minutes, and there was supervision. And the school, and when these schools, I'm sure that these schools collect so much money saying that they want to train these children to swim. Now, when you collect this kind of money, at least 3 children to 1 caregiver. If you don't even have money, 4 children to 1 caregiver. Okay, 5. Let me even be nice. 5 children to 1 caregiver. A caregiver can handle 5 children at least. But now you have 1 caregiver to 15 children. This is a mistake that could have happened, that was bound to happen. It just happened, sadly, to Chidiebere. And you know, trust the schools to come to shift blames and say we didn't know this and we didn't know that, and the facility they used will say we didn't know this, we didn't know that. The hospital will say they came in and they were not breathing. Nobody will want to take blames. Everybody wants to shift the blame to the other person. So I ask, as a parent, are you comfortable sending your 5 years old without your supervision, or at least somebody that you trust? If I have to send Louis now to go and learn how to swim, I'm going. Or his father is going. Or even if I'm not the one to go. If somebody that I know that is in charge of Louis would have to go with him. So as a parent, are you comfortable sending your children to go learn how to swim without direct supervision? Because now I know that most of these schools want to teach extra things. But when these things are risky, if he's not learning the language or something that will not hurt them, if there's any mistake, I don't know, would you send your child to, without supervision, to go and learn these things? And these schools that are actually taking on these big responsibilities, can you guys afford to do it? I know that sometimes when schools start in Nigeria, or they just want to make all the money, that they can make. So a school that should just be teaching verbally and teaching small practicals will say they want to do everything. You want to teach taekwondo and you don't have a trained instructor. Before you know, children are blowing themselves on their nose and they are coming back with bleeding nose. You want to teach boxing, you don't have a trained instructor. You want to teach everything in wrestling, and the person that is teaching them is not even trained. We like to cut corners, and that's the only reason why one instructor had to handle 15 children. That is the only. You cannot tell me nothing. It's because we like to do things, and we like to do cheap things, and all these things are because all these private schools, they claim sometimes that they want to do all these big things, and I know some people might be saying now that maybe the private school is not too private, it's not too tush. My child's school is very tush. Let me tell you something. People will still cut corners. The tush school you think your child is going to, and you are paying millions and millions of naira in the school, you'll be surprised that the school too is trying to make ends meet, or are still paying their teachers those peanuts they pay them, and the teachers, they're trying not to employ too many people so that they will not have too many people to pay salaries, and they are still cutting corners, and they are still having so many children that few number of teachers are responsible for. I'm so saddened by what happened to this 5-year-old boy. It is just something that no parent has to go through. You drop your child off in school, healthy, he's fine, and nothing should have happened to him, but because of carelessness of adults, you didn't pick him back alive. I just pray for peace for the parents and pray that they find comfort. Guys, share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this whole story, and what do you think should be done? Who should be arrested? The school, the facility, who should be arrested? The caregiver, it's just a lot. So since I'm talking about schools, let me just add something else. And you know what happened in Texas, the school incidents. I don't want to call names before YouTube will come and say that I called big words. So the GV, if you know, you know, yes, where children lost their lives because of someone's recklessness, you know. And I saw people in the comment section saying that, oh, it's not only a Nigerian thing. And I totally understand that this whole thing is happening in the whole world. But my issue with Nigerian issues is that last week in Kano, something happened in school. We saw children my son's age. My heart broke. I saw children as small as my Louis being dragged out without any ambulance, nothing. They were just dragging them like they had bruises. They were hurt. Some parents were crying that they did not know where their children were, that they've taken them to hospitals, but they don't know the hospitals they took them to. These kind of things will not happen over there that you are saying is not only in Nigeria, it happens. It will not happen. Now that we've lost, that children were lost in Texas, their names were written out. They know the students that lost their lives. They know the teachers that lost their lives. Their names are there. Their ages are there. Their classes were there. But in Kano, we did not have those information. In Kano, in fact, they told us that it was not even what we thought it was, that it was a gas explosion. Who does that? You get what I'm saying? All these things are the issues. So when I see people trying to compare that, things that, yes, everywhere is rough, but if you see where your own people are doing it wrongly, don't try to compare. I know that sometimes we like to compare lesser evils and the bigger evils, but when it comes to these cases, these people have more value for life than we do here. We move on from these sad things so easily because it's not us. Because it's not us, we move on from these sad things so easily. And on this channel, I will talk about these things that are stressing us as a country. On this channel, I'm going to talk about these issues as much as I can, you know, because I believe that for as long as I'm here, I have a child who is here, I have family who are here, who are exposed to all these ills that are going on. And the way that my child is precious to me is the same way that that child who drowned is precious to their, or was precious to their parents, is precious actually, because it's forever in their hearts. It's precious to their parents. So because it's not you does not mean that it's not happening. It's happening. Sometimes right in your face. I want to just talk about this in this video, and I just hope that things get better, even in Nigeria and even all over the world. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like this video. Please share this video out. A lot of people need to see this and hear this. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Be kind. Bye.